How are you, my people? Anyway, I'm in the forest again because soon the winter will be here. So I'm trying to pick the last mushroom, and I've already been. Remember the last time I was in the forest picking mushroom, I was in a mushrooms lesson. So I had a woman who was teaching me about this countryside I was in. So I'm tracing the places where we were because she's a pension, and sometimes this age it has some disadvantages. She has these arthros. And most of the time she cannot go much because her knees are aching. So I don't want to disturb her much. And since she has shown me on how to do it, so I decided I tried to win my teenagers to accompany me, but it was not popular. So I'm all alone. I've been in the first place where we pick mushroom. Now I'm going to the second place, hoping that I'll get some. I'm not the only one who is picking mushrooms, so you can find that somebody else have been there and picked the mushroom. So you just love it and hope for the next day. So that is where I'm heading. You can hear, maybe you are hearing that there is a lot of sound in my car because the car is not, the road is not tarmacked. They have only put the kokoto. What do you call kokoto in English? So I'm in a very village, remote area now. More remote than where I live, because these people, they live just, I'm telling you, like the house which is on my left side here, they live in the forest. I don't know how they survive, these people. And we have kind of people that they live and they love living in the forest. They don't mind about having neighbors. They just better on their own. The problem is when you get old and you start, these are the people that they get sick, and it's like nobody knows when, and because if they are lucky that they don't have family members who always, because in West everybody mind his or her own business. They might be unlucky being found dead. And I was a little bit careful because it's hunting time now, telling you this way. It have rained and the road is destroyed. It's not a tarmac. They have put these kokoto, but I'm not used to this road. And it's like there they have donkeys or they have horses. So the place is very funny here. Very village. I'm telling you, the place is. But there are some people who enjoy living in such environment. So I just wanted to confirm from you, or whether do you agree that the gender of your family members, like your children, your husband, they affect your dressing style, and not only your dressing style, even your lifestyle. That is why you'll hear some people saying that, that she has changed since she gets married or he gets married to so and so, because our partners the most close family members, they cannot be serious saying that this road you can drive in 70. They are dreaming because even they are repairing this road. How can you drive on 70 and these look like, they want to remind me where I come from, my village, where we have politicians who have no sound in the parliament. You know, I went to, for the past years, because my church is in Eldoret, I am a member of Liberation Wisdom Ministry, which its head or the founder is Apostle Prophet Onyango Makochie. And those people, they live, they are politicians. You can see, like, in Central Province, we have been having leadership since memorial. But this is somebody who is having a tractor. This must be, what are they doing here? Telling you, it's very good to come here on this side of the road to see how people they live. So I have been in Western Province, and I love, I'm telling you, those people, they are the Africans, white people. Those people, they talk good English, even the grandma, and they are, I did not see the kind of road we have in Central Province, and I'm so discouraged that we have been having so many readers in Central Province, but they do a lot of nothing. When you go to Western Province, you think that you are in another abroad. Those people, they have good things. I think that the member of our parliament in Central Province, what they know is just to feed their big stomach. And it's like they don't have a voice. I don't know whether you people, you choose me, I don't vote. I am a double citizen, but I don't vote in Kenya. Not here last time, even I did not vote because the government, I did not find a choice to vote. The government was as bad as it was, and I was very correct. Even last year we have a government which is does not mind about when a government does not mind about the very weak. And the very weak people in the society, we know they are old people. And it's like in West now we have a problem because they did not count, like, for the past decade. Some places they have as bad as that half of the village is old people. And then you realize that even budgeting the economy of that place is very bad, because if the working classes, people who pay taxes, are equal to the people who are in pension, it means that someone have missed his work. Then if 80% of people who are in that village are not working class, how do you expect the economy of that village to work? It won't. It won't. So even us here in the, but you know, in West they know how to balance. They can displace some people from other states, and they put them that you can find yourself that you live in another district, although we don't have districts. I don't know what ours are called, and you are paying taxes from another place, so they know how to balance it. But I don't know how much they would, I don't know how long they can be able to handle this. So I was telling you that have you realized the gender? Maybe your partner, maybe you don't have children, but you have a fiancé. Have you realized that those people, they affect your dressing style? Like myself, I look at my wardrobe another day, and I could tell how much my children have affected my wardrobe, because it's very rare you see me wearing pink. I wonder whether even I don't have any pink thing. And I wonder where we went, whether we followed this route. No, it is not there. That is a place where you draw. That's where they draw the things that like electronic, you know. I hope that I'll get that place. So I was telling you that for the past years, I've realized that my children, you know, are boys, and I've realized that even my sisters, who have girls, it's like their daughters affect their life so much more than they think. And I wonder whether it is that way we followed. Let me see, because I think we followed that route. All this way we did not come, so I have to turn, and I can use this. Should I use the right or the left? Let me choose. I can turn here because I think we went there. Huh? I don't have this woman. I have to trace it by myself. So I don't know whether you agree with me. Even sometimes, even our friend, whom we mingle with, oh, I cannot see even that. I hope no. I'm not landing in that ditch. For me to sit here and wait for that car to come and draw me, it's not fun. It's not fun at all. I think we went in there. Let me just try to trace the way here. I hope that I'm right. Otherwise, I'm going to come back and try to trace the way. But let me hope that I'm very okay and I'll come to the place that I wanted. So we were talking about the gender of our partners and the genders of our children affecting our life. And I was telling you that I've seen how these are way. It's like you turn there. This is a way where you walk, you ski. I could not see myself as if we walk here, up here. I don't think so. So I'm going to turn. I'm telling you, this is the problem of trying to trace things by yourself. And this village life is look alike. Because I know that way we have followed another way. I wish I followed the other way. I thought I was geographical enough, but unfortunately, I'm getting lost. And there is nothing more I can do if I get lost than to go back and try to trace it another day. I follow the right way. So I'm going to go straight where I thought I got lost, and I try to trace it. If I don't get it, I come back, I try to follow that route. It is not easy because I live on the other side. I think that is, I thought it was a home service car, but it isn't. So I was telling you that I've realized for the past years that the gender of my children have affected me very much. That I find myself wearing green. I don't wear I love bright colors, like navy blue, but I've realized that even I look aloud at my friend and their children, you see that those women whom I mingle with, they have reddies. They have a lot of pink. Pink, pink, pink. And it's like when you have boys, you don't have those colors. You tend to enjoy blue, green, white, of course. White is both. It's fit to both. We passed this house. I think I was trying to get lost by myself. I think we followed this way here. Let me see. I was trying to get lost by myself. Telling you, it is very funny for me that I could not trace. I thought I was wise enough to trace the way. No, I wasn't. So I was telling you that I've realized that no, this is not the place we were. No, this is not the road. I think I have to go a little bit far. I have to go down here and I see whether that is the place, because you know, when you get lost, so many times you get confused. You don't know even whether you are right or wrong. But I think the more I'm trying to convince myself by saying this is not the right way, the more I'm getting lost. So today it might not be mushrooms. Today I might found myself that I'm not picking a mushroom, because kom ihåg på ofrusen väg med barn eller kedja förbjudes. Okay. As long as they are not telling me, but I'm afraid that I may go to a way where I cannot turn, because some of these roads, they are so complicated. And you know, the funny thing, when you are driving, you don't trace every corner because your focus is on driving. So sometimes it's the person who sits next to the driver, you can have a good memory than the driver, because the driver, you are always focusing on driving. So that's why you see that it's a little bit challenging when someone is driving and you are trying to trace the way. It may not be easy. Interesting. I feel like this is not the place we were. Because I know where we parked, but it's a matter of is a little bit big, it cannot pass. I have to get a turning place, and I continue searching on the other side. If I don't get the place, because this place can change with the night. Because what I'm seeing now is they have cut a lot of timber here. Let me show you. Now, this place, they have cut a lot of timber. You see? It is timber. I did not leave this place with a lot of timber like that. Now you see there are so many activities that are taking place here. Tiba work and whatever. And I think I'm going to turn, and it's like this car I'm driving is a little bit heavy. So, and you see them when they come to pick Tiba, they have they have these tractors which have what do you call it? They have these things on the wheels. So you may try to go in there where they have gone, and you stuck there. And like myself, I don't know where I am. I have a turning place here, which I can use. You know, there was last year, I went to a place. In fact, I was not alone. We did it too. Because it is, women, I tell you, men are funny. The father of my children, he is raised here, but he did not know that during some period, when it's have rain, it's a risky business to go into the forest with a heavy car. This, you know, this my car is Volvo, and is a heavy car. He have another car. Me, I don't like driving these plastic cars. That's why I choose Volvo. And then my car stuck. So he had to go. And then another old man. He saw us that we are stuck. Then he tried to help us, but you know, you have to have that. This, what do we call it? For me to be able to push another person, because when you have like a good car, me, I can help many. I can pull many from the ditches, but not many small cars they can be able to pull my car. They might not be able. I may need another big car like mine to be able to pull me from the ditches. And sometimes I remember there was a time which a trader wanted, when I was doing my driving license, I met a trader and I tried to give them way, then I stuck in the ditches. Then I was hanging, and they told me that they cannot pull me because it was a risky business. They may pull me and make it worse. So I was forced to wait for these, what do you call it? These, here we call them binding bill. I don't know how you call it in English. That word is lacking in my language. You know, I've lost a lot of English because most of the time I talk Swedish, so English is no longer my language. I struggle. In fact, it's the church that have helped me so much to come back, and so that I could have confidence to speak English. And that is how bad it is. So I was telling you that I had a problem, or I had issue. Now I've met another big car. It's a Ford. So the big problem that I had, we were talking about my language. Yeah, most of the people they may not understand. You come from Kenya and you cannot talk English. Yeah, because I've been living here for the past so many years, and I live in the countryside. Most of the people in town, they get this easy job. I've gone to school. I've studied language. I was so eager to work with a job which I'm comfortable with, and I can be able to tell people what I work with. So I strained and I stretched much for me to be able to fit in the society. That's why I was telling you that if you're a migrant and you really want to fit in these societies, you have to work extra much, extra mile. And so that you have to have confidence at your place of work. That is why I was telling you yesterday that you have to, is it yesterday, the day before yesterday, I was telling you that you should not mind about what people they think you are. You should show them what you are, because they may think they know you, but most of the people, they know you wrongly. So it is upon you to prove them, yeah, you think you know me, but I'll show you whom I am. So it might not be easy, but if you have, it may take time, but if you have confidence, I'm telling you, you will prove many wrong. You will become what you did. Yeah, it's me who is. I don't know what I'm doing, because we followed this road. I'm so naive. I'm so naive, and my naiveness is taking me nowhere, because I've gotten lost. Now I remember that we pass here, so I wanted to make the way shorter, but unfortunately I could not. So I have to continue. So I was telling you that I was trying to ask you whether you agree with me that the gender of our family members affects too much, and one of the things they affect is our dressing style and our lifestyle. Like when you get married to somebody, a woman, you get married to a man who loves football. I'm telling you, be forced to sit some hours. If you do you remember yesterday telling you that you have to invest in your relationship? These are some of the things that you have to invest. Maybe you're not even interested with football, but now you have gotten yourself in a life of a man who loves football. What should you do? And you want that man, and you want your relationship to work. You have to get used to, you have to start loving football. So from the beginning, it may not be easy for you to look like, to sit and watch to sit and watch football. It might be like you are not comfortable. You don't even you think that this is a waste of time, but because you want to win a man, you have no choice, because you mind about your partner. You have no choice than to love that football. I'm telling you. So you meet yourself watching and even going to match football matches, which we are not. Yourself, you are not even interested. But what will you do? You want to make your partner, and you want your relationship to. I'm telling you now, I'm total lost, because I've reached the end of this road, and now I think I give up on this thing, because it's like I cannot. Yeah, I'm not going to look at this thing the whole day. No. I think the other, at least the first place I traced, but the second one, and that is the place where we had a lot of mushroom. But it looked like I cannot trace the place. And if I cannot trace the place, what I'll do is just to give up. I tried my best. But you know, these forests look the same. How can I know? She's the one who showed me. So I tried to do my best, but I have missed. So I think that it was a challenge, and it's very good to be challenged, because now next time I know that I cannot trace the way. I met a bus. You can see the bus there, and I have a car which is behind me. So I lost the place. Yeah, you can go. If you want to pass, you can pass me. I'm not in a hurry. I have another traffic behind me, and I'm trying like to let them pass me, and it's like they don't want to pass. Why do you think that it is? Me, I'm tracing a place. Please, can you try to go? Just to be comfortable with you people, you try to pass me. I want you to pass me, but you don't have confidence. Maybe you are lost like I myself. Can you pass me, please? I'm trying. They pass me, and they are not comfortable to pass me neither. So I don't know what I'm going to do, because I've been waiting for them to pass me, but maybe the car is being driven by old people. They are very careful on what they will do. And they are not in a hurry, because most of these people, they are as old as 80 who are driving. And you know, our sight worsen with age. So like during the evening, you may have a lot of problem when these people, when these old people, they are behind you. Now they have gone the other way. The other now behind me are the young people. I hope that they'll be able to pass me. So I was unlucky enough today. I could not trace that place. So I was telling you that now we have talked so much things, even we have gone out of our topic. But I was telling you that I don't know how much you have realized that your children or your spouse, even sometimes it's go to an extent of sisters and brothers, they affect our lifestyle. You may not be quite, if you are not keen enough, you might not be quite enough to realize that these people have really affected your life. You may not be in a position to realize it, but if you think back, you realize that your children, your husband, and the people that even around you, your friends, they may be part of your life. They affect your life, and they may sometimes not affect your life in a positive way. Sometimes they even affect our life in a negative way. You meet like before you meet somebody, you are not a drunkard, you are not a smoker, but you have met somebody who is smoking for the time being. Then you meet yourself being drawn in that kind of life, and if yourself, you don't even understand how you landed in that place, that you have suddenly you have started smoking. That is how serious it is. So the kind of people that we mingle with and our family members, they play a very big role in our life. So it is very good that to realize that, and that is why it is very good to choose the right people, because when you choose the wrong people, think I'm going to follow this road. When you choose the light, that is why I was telling you yesterday about our partners. Our partners are not just our partners. They play a big role in our daily life, how our life is going to look like. They are going to affect too much of it. And this is something that you should prepare yourself, whether you are, that is why even you should be very careful when you are dating somebody. If somebody try to ask you some question, they might look very foolish and very unmeaningful, especially if you don't get the point of why a man or a woman who is dating you is asking you such kind of questions. You may misunderstood them and think, why is she asking me? Why is she concerned about what I eat? Why is she concerned about my dressing? Because these are some of the things that we should. I remember there was a guy who dated me, and unfortunately I was disappointed, because this guy met me when by then I was wearing trousers. And then this guy, when he met me, he was expecting me. He was, these guys who date you, and then they expect you to change. Do you understand it? This guy dated me, and it was like this guy was expecting. Him himself, he knew that he was not comfortable with trousers, and he did not even tell me. The first, I've only dated two people, the husband to my children, and he was the guy that I met first. And I took it so serious. And that's why I could not continue with his relationship, because I could not understood why this guy, of all the things that he thought that he could change me suddenly from being a trouser wearer to a dress wearer. That he thinks now he have won me. That was his silly thought. He thought now he have won me, that he can try. I want to take another route. I see whether I can be able to trace the way that I lost. That is why I took off there. Imagine this guy thought he could change me from being a trouser wearer at my 20s to a dress wearer. And this guy even was marrying me. He was not even marrying me for his own. He was even marrying me to be able to fit in. Some guys, they marry you and they consider even, they will not tell you, some women, some guys are very foolish, as like, the moment that they think they have gotten you in the box, that is the time they try to tell you, but my father is a little bit concerned about your dressing. Your father, in this relationship, you mean we are including even your father? Hey, I told the guy, your father, you mean? Okay. You did not tell me the first time when you dated me. But if you know that your father or you yourself, you are not comfortable with trousers, for the first, why did you go dating a woman who is wearing a trouser? I ask you. Why should you even dare? that you're dating a woman who is wearing a trouser, and you know you yourself, and your mother or your whatever and your father does not like women who wear trousers, and then you think that you can win that person. And that is why I tell people to be wise. If your fiancé start to asking you those, try to change what you do to fit in his family. Some things might be very, very, very good, depending on what. I'm not saying that everything that we do, maybe there might be a habit and a behavior which is negative, but I think those things that is why I tell people, dating somebody is not just looking at not just going somewhere and or looking at the outward of that person. The outward may not be 100%, but most of the people, they miss the inward, and they miss even the very, very, very important point. Because you can imagine how angry I was when this guy tried to tell me that, tried to deviate me from my trouser wearing, because the father does not like a man or a woman for family purpose, or you are marrying him or her to become your best friend. If I may ask you, are you getting a wife for your father, or you are getting a wife for yourself? Are you getting a husband for your family, or you are getting a husband for if there is something I've been very, very keen about, it is setting boundaries where my family can. If I'm not asked you about, I may tell you, and I am so thankful that my family, they know my boundary. I may tell you what is happening in my relationship, but as long as I'm not asked you I'm not asking you on what to do, you should keep off. I just updated you what is happening, because you may realize maybe I'm a little bit depressed, and as your sister or as your brother or as your child, I just want you to. But as long as, and that's why even we should be very careful opening even to our very own parents on what is happening in our relationship, because because some family members may give you some very, very wrong, and that is why sometimes you hear people being requested, if you have problem with your relationship, that you seek first help from professional, because you may try to get help from your friend, and may I do say, before even you share what is happening in your relationship with your friends, do you know your friends very well? Do you trust them? Do you trust your friends and your family members that you can open them? You can open up and tell them what is happening in your relationship? Do you really trust them? You may have the courage to tell them, but you may be making the very worst decision. It is better that you go to a professional like psychology or sociology, and you try to share with those people, because they don't know you, but your friend, they know you, so they know everything. Your parents or your sisters, they know you, and we have lost our partners and our relationship due to some silly family members' advice, especially when you are young enough. And I know that we know our parents very well, because some parents are not as good and are not even worthy to be asked for our guidance. Because if you don't have confidence with your family members, I will just tell you that, you know what, be very careful with what you are sharing with them, because you may regret and you meet yourself making the very wrong decision. So be very careful on what you share with these family members. They are good, they are our sisters, they are our brothers. But how much can you trust them when it comes to making decisions? Because a relationship is a lifetime decision. So if they give you long decision, it affects you. So be very careful. That was just by the way. I don't know even what that topic come from, but everything I believe, it's always have a reason why God wants us to talk. Because there are some young people that are dating now, and they may not know, and when they hear somebody like me talking about it, they take it serious if they are wise enough. Because I really want our relationship to hold. I really love our relationship to work again. Like the way I've talked with so many old people and try to get some points which may help us in today's relationship to maintain our relationship. And that's why I was telling you that old people, they did not have even the kind of fantasy that we have in their relationship. But their relationship were very true. Because even one thing that is lacking in our relationship today, most of the people, they are not honest. I don't know whether you have realized that we have lacked honest in our relationship. That most of the people you cannot trust. You cannot trust them. You date a guy and then you realize that this guy have not been honest all through our dating. This guy you cannot trust. And you can imagine what happened if you lack trust with somebody. You can actually imagine how much it can affect your relationship. When you realize that your partner, all the days you have been dating this man or this woman, there are some things he or she have been not telling you the truth. You know how much angry you can become. And it may not be as good as it sounds. You may be as angry. These are even a private. You may be as angry as a wolf when you realize that you have been dating a man or a woman who is a hypocrite. And that's why, and that's why you may think that you are wise enough to trick somebody, but you may have opened the door of the end of your relationship just by that, thinking that you are wise enough that you can fake. You fake it for a while, then you realize that it have not worked at all. That is how serious it is. You cannot fake it for life. So that's why I try to tell people, be real in your relationship. Even before marrying, be real in your courtship. Be real. Say that I don't like this. I don't like the kind of things that you are doing. This thing I don't like. Be open to discuss, because marriage is a life jail. You make wrong decision, then you miss it, and you may not love it the way you get it. So it is very good to be wise in making your decision on which decision that you are making. It affects you and the people around you. So it is very good to be very, very wise when you are making decisions in your life, because these decisions are not only yours. They will not only affect you, they affect the children. This road I cannot trust this. They affect the children that you are going to get in that relationship. they affect your family members, because when you lost it, when you lost your relationship, they must come in. You may lose your relationship and come out of that place with some psychological problems, financial problems, due to some silly mistakes that you could have taken care of from the beginning that you met your partner, but you ignored. These are the kind of things that you are calling red flags. Every red flag is very important to be considered. So everything that you do in your relationship, make sure that you take things very, very seriously. Very seriously. Very seriously. So I've realized that most of the things that I do today, some things come out of my children. They come from my children, like the way I was telling you that my dressing style. Now I met myself wearing so many blues, you know, light blues, bright blue, sky blue. I've become so much blue. Then what they do, some activities. Some have said no, like praying cards. You know, your father may find it so interesting because you have grown in that kind of environment. But myself, I say no. Praying card, no. So some things, it's become like some things they may love me to be included, but I say no, I'm not good in this, and because now my children are quite bigger, we can discuss, and they can at least understand. It's the way, like when it's come to like religion, I cannot force them to become religious. I can't, because religion is, because personal relationship with God is not supposed, it's like a relationship that we have in this world. I cannot force them to have with God. It's upon themselves. So it's very good to take care of those things that affect, because we are so much careless about these things, and we try to play games that are not working. We play cards that are not adding up, thinking that we are wise, but we meet ourselves very foolish, and we regret, and it's even causing losses. So let us be wise. Wisdom matters. So let me leave you for now, and I continue with my journey now home. I hope that we have learned something and you are going to apply it in your day life. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you.